Aloha! Welcome to another exciting episode of Physics 251 Lab. Today's lab is really cool. We got some cool technology for you guys to check out to really learn something that's really basic and really important to physics class. So I'm going to show you this. This is meant to be a graph of motion, and that's what we're going to talk about today. We're just getting started, so we're going to keep you guys safe in the one-dimensional world. So in the one-dimensional world, you look at, we tend to use x as position, especially here because it's going to be position to the left and to the right. And we look at position as a function of time. Okay, so this is what we're going to be analyzing today, and we'll do a lot of interesting stuff. We can ask you guys lots of questions, and to get you the feel for it, I made this toy. We asked the cameraman to come over here. This is my MacGyver version of what you guys are going to be dealing with today. This is a ultrasonic sound. Oh, it's an ultrasonic position detector. It spits out a sound wave that's at a frequency higher than we can hear. So the dogs in the neighborhood are going crazy right now. And then that sound wave will bounce off something, and we use this equation. Distance is equal to speed times time. So it'll spit off the sound wave and wait for it to come back. And since we know how fast sound travels, 340 meters per second, if we measure the time, you can tell how far away an object is. So we're going to use this today. And so I made this game a few years ago. And here's this position graph. And the idea of the game is you or me will move around and try to replicate. Thank you. Replicate this graph. Okay, it's supposed to give you a hands-on feel for how these work. So I'm gonna ask the cameraman to stand back a little bit. We're gonna turn this thing around. Yeah, so the sound sensor was turned around just so it wouldn't get started. So now we turn it forward, and I use this just because it's a nice big solid surface to bounce the sound off, gives a nice clean signal. And so what you'll see is, as you can move up here, I guess, or whatever you think. So as I move in here, it should start to pick me up. Okay, so now it's starting to pick me up. So I'm the green thing. And so you see as I get closer, so for this guy, the x-axis is that way. The positive x direction is away from the sensor. The negative x direction is towards the sensor. And so what will happen is when the green guy, which is me, meets the red guy, this thing will start. And then my goal is to try to replicate that graph. So here we go. Here I am, so I'm getting closer. When I hit the red, it's going to go. There it goes. So I stay there. Now I've got to move away. Woo. It's the only video game I've ever been good at. Now I'm going to move towards. Now comes the hard part. Away, faster, towards. Not so great. Away. All right, so you get the idea. So this one is like golf, not in the fact that you hit balls, but it's like golf in the fact that the lower the score, the better. So that's not a bad score, 12.755. So basically, the closer you are to to the red graph, the lower your score will be. You guys will be using this system. We'll ask Heidi to come over this way. And so this is your guys' system. It uses inside of here is pretty much the same thing I had over there. We use this throughout the semester and the year. We'll be using this. It's some Pasco hardware. We have the software that goes along with it. And through this guy, there's a bunch of different sensors that you can plug in. So today's our first time messing around with that. Today we're using the motion sensor, which also uses this sound wave to detect position. So you guys are going to be able to reproduce position graphs. So I'll do a little one for you. It's nice to use a big flat surface because it bounces the sound off and gives you a nice clean signal. So you can kind of see that. I go closer, it goes down, I go farther, it goes up, do this. So it's a really cool lab because it gives you some hands-on experience with something that we talk about a lot in physics class. That is position graphs. And if you look at a position graph, you should we'll ask you interesting questions about what the velocity is and what the acceleration is, and I'll explain those a little bit in lab today. Have a great day. Cut, cut, cut.